In April 2022, Biden signed into law the Bipartisan Postal Service Reform Act of 2022 to revamp the finances and operations of the United States Postal Service Agency. On July 28, 2022, the Biden administration announced it would fill 4 wide gaps on the Mexico-United States border. In Arizona near Yuma, an area with some of the busiest corridors for illegal crossing. During his presidential campaign, Biden had pledged to cease all future border wall construction. This occurred after both allies and critics of Biden criticized his administration's management of the southern border. Quote, in the summer of 2022, several other pieces of legislation Biden supported passed Congress. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act aimed to address gun reform issues following the Robb elementary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. The gun control laws in the bill include extended background checks for gun purchases under 21, clarification of federal firearms license requirements, funding for state red flag laws and other crisis intervention programs, further criminalization of arms trafficking and straw purchases, and partial closure of the boyfriend loophole. Biden signed the bill on June 25, 2022. The Honoring Our Pact Act of 2022 was introduced in 2021 and signed into law by Biden on August 10, 2022. The act intends to significantly improve healthcare access and funding for veterans who were exposed to toxic substances during military service, including burn pits. The bill gained significant media coverage due to the activism of comedian Jon Stewart. Biden signed the CHIPS and Science Act into law on August 9, 2022. The act provides billions of dollars in new funding to boost domestic research and manufacturing of semiconductors in the United States to compete economically with China. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 was introduced by Senators Chuck Schumer and Joe Manchin, resulting from continuing negotiations on Biden's initial Build Back Better agenda, which Manchin had blocked the previous year. The package aimed to raise $739 billion and authorize $370 billion in spending on energy and climate change, $300 billion in deficit reduction, 3 years of Affordable Care Act subsidies, prescription drug reform to lower prices, and tax reform. According to an analysis by the Rhodium Group, the bill will lower U.S. greenhouse gas emissions between 31% and 44% below 2005 levels by 2030. On August 7, 2022, the Senate passed the bill, as amended, on a 51-50 vote, with all Democrats voting in favor, all Republicans opposed, and Vice President Kamala Harris breaking the tie. The bill was passed by the House on August 12 and was signed by Biden on August 16. On October 6, 2022, Biden pardoned all Americans convicted of small amounts of marijuana possession under federal law. On December 13, 2022, Biden signed the Respect for Marriage Act, which repealed the Defense of Marriage Act and requires the federal government to recognize the validity of same-sex and interracial marriages in the United States.